in this video, we're going to be watching the 6th largest military, how Pepsi was truly a private military at one point. But if you're watching from YouTube, hello, welcome to the PB Patrol, and I am Yui, and people in my channel over here are very silly, so yes. So help you go by raising the logarithm in YouTube by liking, subscribing, and slapping your gut in the comment segment below. And also, if you wish to support me, come over to my stream. I stream EDT 10 p.m. Sundays to Thursdays. And you want to see extra culture, check out my Patreon. Yes, over there. Culture and early previews of edited reactions. Kind of different. This will be a simpler react video. Just slap to YouTube. So, with that said and done, let's together watch. Why are you speaking like a brain rot gunner? I am not speaking like a brain rot gunner. I do not have the brain rot, okay? Shut up, jokester! Now let's start and watch how Pepsi became the 6th largest military in the world.
This video is sponsored by War Thunder.
How very appropriate. Yes. War Thunder, the place and the gaming site whereby military documents get accidentally released to the public for historical accuracy. Yes. But the people in this game are ultra passionate about the developers to get historically accurate statistics for their in-game weaponry.
Today we're going to talk about how Pepsi became a mighty military force for a brief duration in time, and what led to that. But first, we want to talk about another military-related thing, and that's War Thunder. You know we at the Infographics show love talking about military subjects, but what we love even more is playing military games.
And getting them historically accurate, risking classified military documents. Hey!
We were super excited when War Thunder offered us to promote their game, as it is literally a game that we've been playing already. War Thunder is a military vehicle combat online game that features more than 1,200 historically accurate playable tanks.
Historically accurate at what cost? The only player base that are trusted with military secrets, they were trusted until they leaked it out.
Crafts, helicopters, and ships from the 1920s all the way to the 1990s. The best part is the game is free to play on PCs, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. And there's also a cross-platform between PC and consoles. When you install the game, make sure you add us as a friend. We're playing as the Info Show. There's a free bonus for registering using our link in the description. Not only will you receive a premium tanker aircraft and 3 days of premium account time, you'll also support our channel at the same time. See you on the battlefield. Now, let's see what this Pepsi story is all about. We all know that feeling of anticipation as we reach for a cool blue can. As our fingers press down and the aluminum gives way to a frothy explosion on a liquid amber surface. Then pure satisfaction as the cold, sweet beverage slides across our tongue and down our throat, leaving the tingling bite of carbonation in its wake. Delicious, refreshing, power. Enjoyed by Americans since 1898, Pepsi.
Well, Americans by 1898 and Russia? Why is Russia being highlighted here as well? Did Pepsi come from Russia? Did it?
It turns out, is a favorite among the Russians as well. Find out just how badly Khrushchev wanted a sip in this episode of the Infographics show. How Pepsi became the 6th largest military in the world. While America of the 1800s was gulping down its Coke, pharmacist Caleb D. Bradham was watching, hoping to create a similar beverage of his own. He made a sweet carbonated drink in 1898, which he coined Pepsi Cola. It was met with great success.
I remember. In the past, it was called Pepsi Cola too.
And by 1902, Pepsi Cola Company Incorporated was born. In the years that followed, it underwent several changes in ownership, a tweak in its formulation, and extensive advertising and promotion. But
yes, I still remember. Pepsi Man! only in Japan, right? Japan always has the craziest ads.
In the 1950s, it had successfully become Coca-Cola's rival. The company would later merge with Frito-Lay Incorporated in the 60s, acquire the Tropicana and Dole brands in the 90s, and merge with Quaker Oats Company 2 years after that. Today, PepsiCo's most successful brands include much more than Pepsi-Cola. It profits from Frito-Lay snacks, Lipton
What? Lay's is from Pepsi? Lipton tea? My tea bagging company's on Pepsi-Cola? What?
teas, Tropicana juices, Gatorade drinks, Quaker Oats cereals, and rolled gold pretzels as well.
Oh, that's... Oh my goodness. I'm sorry for the sneeze. But it literally blew my mind and blew my mouth. A bit.
A pharmacist from North Carolina's dream from over a century ago has turned into a reality. His company, with its humble beginnings, has reached a level of success that he...
Thank you for the blessings, chat. But seriously, I didn't know that. Pepsi Cola also on Taco Bell and KFC. Are you serious? What the fuck? I didn't know that. No wonder they never serve Coke in KFC. It's always Pepsi. Oh my goodness. How big? Oh my goodness. That is a revelation I didn't. That's a revelation that I only know now in 2025. That's crazy.
likely never believed possible. It even snagged a spot on the 2018 Forbes' World's Most Valuable Brands list. At number 29, Pepsi has an estimated worth of $18.4 billion.
Wow. You know what's crazy? 18.4 billion still cannot match the top 3 richest people in the world. Which makes you wonder, doesn't it? Like, the top 3 people in the world have way too much money. It's just far too much for an ordinary person to have. That's why they can fuck around so much. Like Elon Musk, who kept fucking around with Twitter. But that's too much money, man, right? That's way too much money for a single person to have.
Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, and Pepsi Max alone each bring in over $1 billion in profits annually. Second only to Coca-Cola, Pepsi is among America's top soda of choice. In Russia, Pepsi is second to none. In fact, while the brand's history is without a doubt impressive, it's its relationship with Russia that has allowed it to achieve what no soda company had ever achieved before. For a time, Russia made Pepsi a top military power with an arsenal greater than that of most countries worldwide. But just how did a soda company manage that?
What are they trying to do? Protect the vaults of Pepsi? I do know that Coca-Cola secretly has the original recipe locked in a vault, high security, stuff like that. You can't get in. You know, it's like you have to be Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible to break in. So are you telling me Pepsi has something similar, but in Russia? Maybe. It sounds like it at this point, doesn't it?
It all started during the height of the Cold War when President Dwight Eisenhower and Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev came to an agreement. The USSR wanted to open trade with the US and the US wanted to promote capitalism in the USSR.
Sounds like a recipe for a lot of fun, joy, laughter. I quote. Fun, joy, laughter. Do you want a simple answer or you want a long video essay answer? Give me the simple answer, please. My brain cannot absorb.
So they agreed to a form of cultural exchange. Each would design an exhibition highlighting the achievements of their country for display in the others. The Soviet exhibition
So it's a dick flexing contest!
portrayed its achievements in areas in which it was superior, namely in space, and it opened in New York City in June of 1959. America included examples from its own culture in which it was paving the way, such as appliances of various sorts and soda. The American National Exhibition opened in Moscow in July of that same year, and the United States sent Vice President Richard Nixon as its host. However, the Moscow-based event got off to a rather rocky start. Khrushchev was unimpressed with color TV. In fact, he was unimpressed with most everything on display, claiming that Russia would have the same technology itself in a matter of years.
You only fear communism because you can understand it. Wait, shouldn't he be impressed with color TVs? Back then, there's no such things, right? Your country doesn't have it. Why aren't you not impressed? I don't understand.
Further, he took advantage of the opportunity to talk shop, commenting angrily on the US government's resolution against his presence in Eastern Europe. And if that wasn't enough, he gave his opinion that Nixon only feared communism because he couldn't understand it. Nixon had a ready response. At some point, as they argued, Khrushchev...
Oh, shit, man. Wait, Russia wanted Pepsi, but they don't want to pay with money. Pepsi jokingly offered to take all decommissioned naval vessels, and Russia agreed to pay with watch.
Wiped his brow. And this is when Donald Kendall saw his chance. The Pepsi representative gave Khrushchev a cool, refreshing drink. While the Soviet leader found the American exhibit lacking and the United States government meddlesome and uninformed, he could find no fault with the contents of his cup. And just like that, Pepsi Cola became the first capitalist product to be sold in the USSR. Pepsi was not the only one.
No wonder in some of the I think in Atomic Heart, they were talking about Pepsi being the favorite drink. Hi, Xbox BT, welcome.
One to find opportunity that day. The press was handed a front page story as well. Pictures of the two leaders as they argued beside a kitchen were soon published across America. The exchange itself was given a rather catchy and fitting title of The Kitchen Debate. Due to the publicity of the event, Nixon enjoyed benefits of his own. Photos with him thrusting a finger at Khrushchev were thought to demonstrate leadership and some believe helped him in his future bid for the presidency. But between the soda company, the press, and the vice president, Pepsi's success following America's exhibition in Moscow was inarguably the greatest and longest lasting. Now the arrangements to sell...
To think, that guy saw the opportunity, swooped in and take it, and like, try our drink, comrade. You are guaranteed they love it. And then he just, and I'm like, oh, he's like, wow. In his head, he's finding no fault with that carbonated drink. That guy must have big balls of steel to feel so confident to just give him the drink when nothing else satisfied that old booger. You know?
Pepsi in Russia were not made without a few glitches here and there. Though the Russians wanted permanent access to the drink, there was this
access? How much do they love it?
Somewhat significant problem of its payment. Russian currency was not universally accepted, and so they needed to make an alternative arrangement. They turned to their other beverage of choice as a solution. The Russians gave PepsiCo the exclusive distribution rights for their Stolichnaya vodka. In turn,
yes, comrade, yes, the water of Russia. Clear liquid vodka, yes. So maybe next time we can mix the vodka with the Pepsi, come up with a new cocktail contraption, maybe even like this right now.
Pepsi became the only soda that could be legally sold to the Soviet population. This worked out well until the 1980s when vodka was no longer high enough in value to cover the costs of Soviet's Pepsi. So Russia proposed a different type of exchange and traded Pepsi some boats and submarines instead. $3 billion worth. For the price of 17 submarines and a cruiser, frigate, and destroyer, the Russian population could continue to enjoy its soda.
What the
For Pepsi, it had just become the 6th most powerful military worldwide. This is a distinction not shared by any other beverage-making companies either before or after this remarkable event, as far as we're aware. However, as their specialty is drinks and snacks and not maintaining a maritime fleet, Pepsi eventually sold a lot for reuse of its materials. Mr. Kendall, who had made history that day by giving Khrushchev some happiness in a cup, later joked that his company was better at disarming the Soviet Union than our government.
Well, oh man, I need. Ow. Where is the shots fired? Oh my god! Wow, that's a heavy burn, man. Oof.
Our government. However, Coca-Cola was less than amused. Cut out of the Soviet market due to the exclusive agreement between Russia's government and PepsiCo representatives, the competing brand was only allowed to sell its Fanta and Minute Maid products instead.
Sucking thumb. That's actually pretty painful, man. I'm so sorry for your loss.
They were far from the only ones upset about the arrangement. Other skeptics to the deal suggested that Pepsi purchases funded the manufacturing of Russian nuclear missiles. One could only hope that if this were true, the joy the beverage gave both the Russian population and its leadership made it less likely that they would be tempted to use them.
Need something cold to heal that burn? Maybe a nice cold Pepsi chilled.
Oh my god, tell that to a Coca-Cola representative.
Did this story make you wish you tried out some of those military vehicles that Russia owned during those times? Don't forget that you can play online against 20 million other players using 1,200 tanks, aircraft, helicopters, and ships. Join us playing War Thunder. It's free after all. Just click our link in the description and play the game on either a PC, PS4, or an Xbox One.
I would try War Thunder if I didn't have 10,000 gacha games to play, like Wuwa. Need to go back and save Nahida and Genshin. I wanted to try Zenless Zone Zero. I wanted to try Ghost Funline too. I wanted to also play... yeah, there's too many games. But thank you! Ta-da! Hello, Yui here. Thank you for enjoying my stuffies. If this video has brightened up your day or put a smile on your face, do consider to do the logarithm stuffies. That means liking, subscribing, and commenting in this YouTube video. If you wish to show me more love, do check out my Patreon. Every single support in there goes to making more content in this channel and paying my editor, Zaki, who's definitely not living in my basement. In turn, you'll get early previews, behind the scenes stuffies, but most importantly, cosplay culture, which I know a lot of you are into. I also stream Mondays to Thursdays in Twitch, 11 PM EDT, so come over and check me out sometime.